From pain to power, transforming adversity into triumph. Welcome to this extraordinary TED Talk, where we're about to embark on a journey that will challenge your perspective on life, success, and the incredible power of resilience. Today, we're diving deep into the inspiring story of Gerri Sistrunk, a remarkable individual whose journey from adversity to triumph will leave you in awe and quite possibly change the way you view your own challenges forever. Gerri Sistrunk isn't just another success story. She's a force of nature, a beacon of hope, and a living testament to the extraordinary strength of the human spirit. Her journey has not only transformed her own life, but has also sparked a movement of empowerment and resilience that's changing lives across the globe. Gerri's insights and experiences are the heart of our talk today, and I promise you, they're nothing short of revolutionary. Have you ever stood at the edge of a cliff, your back against the wall, facing challenges that seem utterly insurmountable? Have you ever felt the weight of your circumstances crushing your dreams, tempting you to give up and accept defeat? Now, what if I told you that those very challenges, those painful experiences that threaten to break you, could become the fuel for your greatest achievements? This, my friends, is the essence of Gerri Sistrunk's message. It's a story of resilience, of unwavering faith, and of the incredible potential that lies within each of us to rise above our circumstances and create a life of purpose and impact. It's a message that resonates with the very core of human experience, challenging us to see our struggles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to greatness. As I sat down with Gerri, I was immediately struck by the intensity of her gaze, the unwavering conviction in her voice as she shared her journey. Here was a woman who had faced adversity head-on, who had stared into the abyss of despair and emerged not just intact, but stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. Gerri's story begins in the depths of hardship. Growing up in a challenging environment, she faced obstacles that would have broken many. Poverty, discrimination, and personal setbacks threatened to derail her dreams at every turn. But instead of succumbing to despair, Gerri made a decision that would alter the course of her life. She chose to believe in the power of possibility. I realized, Gerri told me, her voice filled with emotion, that my circumstances didn't define me. They were simply the raw materials from which I could build my future. Now, let's pause for a moment and let that sink in. How many of us have looked at our challenges and seen only limitations? How many of us have allowed our past to dictate our future? Gerri's perspective challenges us to reframe our view of adversity, to see our struggles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. But let's be clear, this isn't about sugarcoating hardship or trivializing pain. Gerri's journey was far from easy. There were moments of doubt, of fear, of overwhelming despair. Yet, it was in these moments that she discovered her greatest strength. Gerri shared a particularly poignant story from her early days as an entrepreneur. After pouring her heart and soul into a business venture, she faced a devastating setback. Investors pulled out at the last minute, leaving her dreams in tatters and her finances in ruins. Many would have seen this as the end of the road, a sign to give up and return to the safety of a conventional path. But not Gerri. In that moment of crisis, she drew upon a well of inner strength she didn't even know she possessed. I realized, she said, her eyes shining with the memory, that this setback was actually setting me up for something greater. It was forcing me to dig deeper, to innovate, to find resources within myself that I had never tapped into before. This, my friends, is the first key lesson from Gerri's journey. Adversity is not your enemy. It's your teacher, your refiner, your catalyst for growth. When you face challenges head on, when you refuse to be defined by your circumstances, you unlock a potential within yourself that you never knew existed. Gerri's response to this setback was nothing short of remarkable. Instead of retreating, she doubled down on her vision. She reached out to her community, shared her story with raw honesty, and invited others to join her on her journey. The result? A groundswell of support that not only revived her business, but took it to heights she had never imagined possible. This leads us to the second crucial insight from Gerri's experience: the power of vulnerability and authentic connection. In a world that often celebrates a facade of perfection, Gerri's willingness to share her struggles openly created a deep, genuine connection with others. It allowed her to build a community of supporters, mentors, and collaborators who were invested in her success. When you're real about your journey, Gerri explained,
When you're willing to show your scars and share your lessons, you give others permission to do the same. And in that shared vulnerability, you find strength, you find solutions, you find unexpected allies. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. How often do we hide our struggles, fearing judgment or rejection? How much potential support and connection are we missing out on by keeping our challenges to ourselves? Gerri's experience shows us that there's immense power in authenticity and being willing to show up as our true selves, scars and all. But perhaps the most profound aspect of Gerri's story is the role of faith in her journey. Not just religious faith, although that was certainly a part of it, but a broader faith in the possibility of a better future, in the inherent goodness of people, and in her own capacity to overcome. Gerri described moments when everything seemed lost, when the challenges before her seemed insurmountable. It was in these darkest hours that her faith became her lifeline. I realized, she said, her voice filled with quiet conviction, that there was a power greater than my problems, greater than my pain. And when I tapped into that power, when I truly believed that my pain could be transformed into purpose, everything changed. This unwavering faith became the foundation upon which Gerri built her success. It gave her the courage to take risks, to persist in the face of setbacks, and to dream bigger than she ever had before. It allowed her to see opportunities where others saw only obstacles, to find hope in the midst of despair. As our conversation deepened, Gerri shared a particularly moving anecdote that illustrates the transformative power of this faith-driven perspective. She recounted a time when she was on the brink of homelessness, her resources exhausted, and her options seemingly non-existent. Instead of giving into despair, she made a bold decision. She would use her last few dollars to buy a journal and a pen. In that journal, Gerri said, her eyes glistening with emotion, I wrote out my vision for the future. Not just what I wanted to achieve, but who I wanted to become. I wrote about the lives I wanted to impact, the change I wanted to create in the world. And something miraculous happened. As I poured my heart onto those pages, as I dared to dream in the face of my reality, solutions began to emerge. Opportunities I had never considered suddenly became visible. This practice of visioning, of daring to dream big, even in the face of daunting circumstances, became a cornerstone of Gerri's success strategy. It's a powerful reminder that our thoughts, our beliefs, and our focus have the power to shape our reality. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment what would happen if you applied this principle to your own life. What if, instead of focusing on your limitations, you dared to dream beyond them? What if you used your challenges as a springboard for your greatest aspirations? But Gerri's story isn't just about personal triumph. It's about the ripple effect that one person's resilience can have on the world. As she overcame her own challenges, Gerri became passionate about empowering others to do the same. She began mentoring young entrepreneurs, speaking at schools in underprivileged communities, and using her platform to advocate for systemic change. Success isn't just about what you achieve for yourself, Gerri emphasized. It's about the doors you open for others, the lives you touch, the positive change you create in the world. This brings us to another crucial lesson from Gerri's journey: the importance of giving back, of using our success as a platform to elevate others. Gerri's story reminds us that true fulfillment comes not from accumulating wealth or accolades for ourselves, but from making a meaningful difference in the lives of others. Gerri shared a powerful example of this principle in action. She told me about a young woman she mentored, a brilliant mind trapped in a cycle of poverty and self-doubt. This young woman had dreams of starting her own tech company, but felt held back by her circumstances and her own limiting beliefs. Gerri took her under her wing, not just sharing business strategies, but also helping her to reframe her perspective on her challenges. She encouraged this young woman to see her background not as a disadvantage, but as a unique perspective that could drive innovation. The result? This young woman went on to create a groundbreaking app that addresses food insecurity in urban communities, an issue she understood intimately from her own experiences. Her company is now valued at millions and is making a tangible difference in communities across the country. This story illustrates a powerful truth. When we overcome our own challenges and then use that experience to lift others, we create a ripple effect of positive change that can transform entire communities. As our conversation drew to a close, I asked Gerri what message she would want to share with those who might be facing their own seemingly insurmountable challenges. Her response was both simple and profound. Never give up hope, she said, her voice filled with passion. Your current circumstances are not your final destination. The very things that could have destroyed you can become the catalyst for your greatest success. Believe in the power of possibility. Tap into your inner strength and trust that there is a purpose for your pain. You are capable of far more than you can imagine. Gerri's words serve as a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of faith, perseverance, and a positive mindset. Her journey from adversity to triumph is not just inspiring, it's a roadmap for anyone facing challenges in their own life. So, I want to leave you with this challenge. What if the obstacles you're facing right now are not roadblocks, but stepping stones to your greatest achievements? What if your deepest pain could be transformed into your most powerful purpose? I invite you to take a moment right now to reflect on your own journey. What challenges are you facing that seem insurmountable? How might you reframe these challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation? What would it look like to approach these obstacles with the kind of unwavering faith and determination that Gerri exemplifies? Remember, you have within you the same strength, the same resilience, the same capacity for transformation that Gerri discovered in herself. Your circumstances do not define you. Your response to those circumstances does. Now, let's take this a step further. I want you to imagine a world where everyone embraced this mindset, a world where we all saw our challenges not as limitations, but as launch pads for growth and positive change. What kind of world would that be? How would our communities transform? How would our collective human potential expand? This isn't just a feel good fantasy. It's a call to action, a challenge to each and every one of you listening right now. Will you choose to see your pain as a powerful teacher? Will you dare to dream beyond your current circumstances? Will you commit to using your struggles as a catalyst for positive change, not just in your own life, but in the lives of others? The choice is yours. And make no mistake, it is a choice to believe in the power of possibility, a choice to persist in the face of adversity, a choice to transform your pain into purpose. As we conclude this talk, I want to express my deepest gratitude to Gerri Sistrunk for sharing her incredible journey with us. Her story is more than just an inspiration, it's a blueprint for resilience, a testament to the indomitable human spirit, and a challenge to all of us to rise above our circumstances and create lives of purpose and impact. To everyone listening, I encourage you to carry Gerri's message with you as you face your own challenges. Let her story be a reminder that no obstacle is too great to overcome, that your past does not determine your future, and that within you lies the power to transform your greatest pain into your most profound purpose. So I leave you with this final thought. Your pain is not just something to be endured, it's a powerful force that, when harnessed correctly, can propel you to heights you never imagined possible. It's time to stop running from your pain and start using it as fuel for your greatest achievements. The world is waiting for you to rise, to overcome, to transform your pain into power. The question is, are you ready to answer that call? Are you ready to rewrite your story, to turn your setbacks into comebacks, to use your struggles as a springboard for success? The choice is yours. The power is within you. Now go forth and transform your pain into your greatest power. The world is waiting for the unique impact that only you can make. Thank you